Hi everyone, welcome back to Living Wisdom and Dharma World. Today, we're diving deep into the two major traditions of Buddhism, Theravāda, often referred to as the small vehicle, and Mahayana, known as the greater vehicle. We'll explore their purposes, ultimate goals, practices, historical roots, influential advocates, and their profound connection to the Buddha's teachings. Whether you're a practitioner or simply curious, this exploration will give you insights into how these paths guide us toward awakening. Let's get started. Part 1. Introduction to Theravāda and Mahāyāna. First, let's clarify the terms. Theravāda means teaching of the elders. It is the oldest surviving Buddhist tradition and is often associated with early Buddhism. Mahayana means great vehicle, a tradition that developed later and expanded the scope of Buddhist teachings to emphasize compassion and universal salvation. These two traditions share the same foundation in the Buddhist teachings, but differ in focus, purpose, and approach. Part 2. Purpose and ultimate goal. The purpose of Theravāda Buddhism is personal liberation through the realization of Nirvāṇa, with a focus on individual practice and self-purification. The ultimate goal is to become an arhat, a fully liberated being who has extinguished all defilements and ended the cycle of birth and death, samsara. As the Buddha states in the Dhammapada, one who has conquered himself is greater than he who conquers 1,000 men in battle, highlighting Theravada's emphasis on personal mastery and liberation. In contrast, Mahayana Buddhism shifts its purpose to the liberation of all sentient beings, with practitioners aspiring to become bodhisattvas, beings who delay their own nirvana to guide others toward enlightenment. The ultimate goal in Mahayana is to attain Buddhahood, embodying infinite wisdom and compassion for the benefit of all beings. The Mahayana vision resonates with this declaration from the Buddha in Karaniya Metta Sutta. As a mother would protect her only child with her life, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings. This highlights Mahayana's universal compassion and altruistic intent. Kshitigarbha vowed if the hell isn't empty, he would never become a Buddha. Unless he finishes saving all sentient beings from hell, he would become a Buddha. Kshitigarbha is a great hero, a great bodhisattva that we should learn from. Guanyin Bodhisattva vows to rescue whoever prays to him or calls his name. He will manifest to save the caller as soon as the call is sent. Samantabhadra Bodhisattva attained Buddhahood eons ago, but manifests as a bodhisattva due to the power of his vows. Many scriptures describe him as the teacher of 1,000 Buddhas and the principal figure for the repentance of all sentient beings. Part 3. Practice Methods. Theravāda practices emphasize meditation, bhavana, focusing strongly on mindfulness, satipatthana, and insight meditation, vipassana, which aim to cultivate an understanding of impermanence, suffering, and non-self. Monastic discipline, guided by the Vinaya, monastic rules, ensures a life of simplicity and ethical conduct. Practitioners draw guidance from the Pali Canon, particularly the Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma. The Theravāda path is often likened to climbing a steep mountain. It demands discipline, focus, and persistence to ascend toward personal liberation. In contrast, Mahayana practices center on compassion, beginning with the cultivation of bodhicitta, the altruistic intention to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. Meditation in Mahayana incorporates mindfulness along with visualizations and devotional practices, such as chanting the name of Amitabha Buddha or contemplating the nature of emptiness. Sunyata. Scriptures and philosophy play a central role in Mahayana practice, with foundational texts like the Mahayana Sutras, including the Heart Sutra and Lotus Sutra, emphasizing emptiness and interdependence. Another key aspect of Mahayana practice is the making of vows to rescue suffering beings. Samantabhadra Bodhisattva is renowned for the 10 great vows, profound commitments outlined in the Avatamsaka Sutra, Flower Garland Sutra, in the chapter Samantabhadra's Practices and Vows. These vows, recited daily by many lay practitioners during their morning rituals, are seen as inseparable from spiritual practice. The Avatamsaka Sutra emphasizes the importance of vows. Without making great vows, one is controlled by demons. Without benefiting sentient beings, one is controlled by demons. Abandoning the practices of a bodhisattva, one is controlled by demons. Master Yongming Yanshu also highlighted the synergy between vows and practice. Making great vows is the foundation of myriad practices. Vows nurture compassion, sustain the seed of Buddhahood, and enable enlightenment and the benefit of all beings. Without vows, practices lack direction. Without practice, vows become empty. When practice and vows work in harmony, both oneself and others are benefited. These teachings are the vital role of vows in Mahayana practice. By embracing the 10 great vows of Samantabhadra, practitioners can unify all practices and vows, ultimately achieving supreme and perfect enlightenment. The 10 great vows of Samantabhadra at Mount Imi are: 1. Paying homage to all Buddhas. 2. Praising the Tathagatas. 3. Making extensive offerings. 4. Repenting for karmic obstacles. 5. Rejoicing in others' merits. 6. Requesting the turning of the Dharma wheel. 7. Inviting the Buddhas to remain in the world. 8. Always following the teachings of the Buddha. 9. Constantly harmonizing with all sentient beings. 10. Dedicating all merits universally. These vows encapsulate the essence of Mahayana practice and serve as a guiding path toward unsurpassed, perfect, and complete awakening. Mahayana practice is like a vast, open river, inviting everyone to join the journey. It celebrates the interconnectedness of all life and the collective pursuit of enlightenment. Part 4. Historical Development and Geographic Spread. Theravāda, rooted in the early Buddhist councils, remains closest to the Buddha's original teachings. It is predominantly practiced in Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos, where it is deeply integrated into Southeast Asian culture, shaping art, architecture, and festivals. Mahayana, on the other hand, emerged around the 1st century CE, incorporating broader philosophical developments and responding to new cultural contexts. It flourished in China, Korea, Japan, Vietnam, and Tibet, inspiring diverse schools such as Zen, Pure Land, and Tibetan Buddhism, each offering unique interpretations of Mahayana thought. Part 5. Influence of the Buddha's teachings and advocates. The influence of the Buddha's teachings and the advocates of Theravāda and Mahāyāna Buddhism highlights their profound contributions to the spread and development of these traditions. In Theravāda, the Pali Canon forms the backbone of its teachings, with key texts like the Visuddhimagga by Buddhaghosa, a comprehensive manual on meditation and ethics. Influential practitioners include Anathapindika, the Buddha's lay disciple, known for his generous support of the Sangha, and King Ashoka, who played a pivotal role in spreading Theravāda throughout his empire. In Mahayana, the Mahayana Sutras, such as the Heart Sutra, Lotus Sutra and Avatamsaka Sutra expand on the Buddha's teachings, focusing on themes like emptiness and compassion. Philosophers like Nagarjuna, who developed the Madhyamaka school, profoundly shaped Mahayana thought. Influential practitioners such as Bodhidharma, who established Zen, Xuanzang, a renowned Chinese Buddhist translator, and Santideva, the author of Bodhicāryavatara, exemplify Mahayana's emphasis on both practice and scholarship. Part 6. Mahayana Development in China. Mahayana Buddhism found fertile ground in China, adapting to local traditions and producing unique schools of thought. Key traditions include Pure Land Buddhism, which focuses on devotion to Amitabha Buddha and rebirth in the Pure Land. Zen, Chan Buddhism, which emphasizes meditation and the direct experience of enlightenment. Tianta Buddhism, known for its systematized study of the Lotus Sutra. And Huayan Buddhism, which explores interpenetration and interdependence, inspired by the Avatamsaka Sutra. Mahayana also integrated elements of Confucianism and Taoism, influencing Chinese art, ethics, and governance. Additionally, Xuanzang's translations of Sanskrit texts greatly enriched Chinese Buddhist literature, creating a vital bridge between Indian and Chinese thought. Part 7. Comparing Philosophical Perspectives. Mahayana and Theravāda Buddhism exhibit key philosophical differences worth noting. First, regarding the focus on self versus others, Theravāda emphasizes individual liberation, highlighting personal effort to attain Nirvāṇa. In contrast, Mahayana prioritizes universal salvation, aspiring to liberate all sentient beings. The eminent Chinese Buddhist scholar and monk Wang Xiangyu, in his An Informal Commentary on the Heart Sutra, identifies 5 essential qualities among 7 for crossing the other shore enlightenment. Firm establishment in the lineage of bodhisattvas, a vast and boundless compassionate mind, genuine empathy for all beings, selfless and tireless activity, and dedication to enlightenment for all. According to Wang, these qualities, integral to Mahayana practice, focus on liberating all sentient beings rather than solely achieving personal liberation. Second, concerning the concept of emptiness, Mahayana explores sunyata, emptiness, as the ultimate truth, while Theravāda primarily emphasizes impermanence and non-self, without delving as deeply into emptiness. Additionally, Mahayana teaches that all beings inherently possess Buddha nature, a concept not explicitly addressed in Theravāda. Finally, the Buddha offered a shortcut to Buddhahood, chanting the name of Amitabha Buddha and aspiring for rebirth in the Western Pure Land, where further practice can lead to ultimate enlightenment. These comparisons may seem critical of Theravāda's focus on self-liberation, when contrasted with Mahayana's broader aim of universal enlightenment. However, these distinctions enrich the Buddhist tradition, fostering vibrant debates that showcase its depth and diversity. Conclusion: the debate between Theravāda and Mahayana reflects the richness of Buddhism, a tradition that adapts to diverse cultures and needs while maintaining the essence of the Buddha's teachings. Both paths offer profound insights into the nature of reality and the journey toward enlightenment. As the Buddha said, "Just as the ocean has one taste, the taste of salt, so too does my Dharma have one taste, the taste of liberation." If you enjoyed this teaching, please like, subscribe, and share to spread the light of the Dharma. Until next time, may you be well and happy.